What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, Gossip Girl, and today I want to come in and talk to you about a young man by the name of Marvin David Scott III, who was 26 years old. On March 14th, he died in police custody after he was restrained and pepper sprayed by county jail detention officers. He had been arrested after police stated they found marijuana in his possession. Here we go. According to the New York Times, 7 police officers in Collin County, Texas, were dismissed from their jobs on Thursday due to their connection with the death of Marvin D. Scott III, a 26-year-old black man who died after being restrained at the county jail last month. Okay. Evidence I have seen confirms that these detention officers violated well-established sheriff's office policies and procedures, Jim Skinner, the sheriff, said in a written statement, also adding that an 8th officer has already resigned. The forensic pathologist, Amy Grusecki, who performed a second autopsy on Scott after his body was initially examined by the Collin County Medical Examiner's Office, said according to her preliminary findings, it was possible that asphyxiation as well as physical struggle against his restraint might have contributed to Scott's death. Police officials from the Allen Police Department stated at the time that police officers approached Scott while responding to a disturbance call at the Allen Premium Outlets. Police officers said they observed Scott acting in an erratic manner and assumed he was high on drugs. They called for assistance from paramedics from the Allen Fire Departments. Scott was taken by ambulance to Texas Health Allen Hospital, where he was in the emergency room for about 3 hours. He was released into police custody and processed at the Allen Police Headquarters holding facility, and then transported and released to custody of the Collin County Sheriff's Office. Okay, so he was alive all that time. And as soon as he was released into the custody of the Collin County Sheriff's Office, he's dead. Come on now. When is this type of stuff going to stop happening? When is it going to stop happening? This is going on too much. It's happening too often. After being booked, officials said that Scott began to exhibit some strange behavior, and 7 police officers restrained Scott. They placed him in a bed to stabilize him and pepper sprayed him. The officers used a spit mask to cover his face. Scott then became non-responsive and was taken to Baylor Scott and White McKinney Medical Center in McKinney, Texas, just north of Allen, where he was pronounced dead. I'm sorry, something else went on here. Something is missing. They did something else to him. Something is missing. Because there's no way. There's no way. You pepper spray this man. And what else? You smothered him? Is that what happened? Because all this time, he was in other police custody in sight. He gets to Collin. There's an issue. They say he was acting in a strange behavior, erratic behavior. And it took 8 police officers, to hold him down or whatever else they did to him, spray him with pepper spray. And now he's at the hospital where he's pronounced dead. Something right here, something is missing. Something is missing, and the police department did right by firing them. What else happened that these 8 police officers are not saying? And I will keep my eye on this story because I want to know what else is going to come out. Something that's got to come out. We already gone through this trial, the George Floyd case trial, and dealing with this Derek Chauvin person who murdered on camera George Floyd. right? We already going through that. First of all, I feel like there should be no trial with that because we saw on camera what he did. Okay, so why is there a trial? I don't know. But this right here needs to be fully investigated. Okay, 7 Texas cops are fired due to Marvin Davis Scott III's death. I hope the family of this young man stay on it, find out exactly what happened, because I'm not buying that he was acting erratic. If he was acting erratic and acting in a strange behavior, it doesn't take all you guys. 8, well, they mentioned 8. They mentioned 7 that's fired, but now there's an 8th one that resigned. So it don't take 8 police officers to try to get him to calm down. So something else happened. I'm going to dig into this a little bit further to see if there's any more information out there. Because sometimes one article will give you some and then another article will give you something else. So I want to see what's going on with this. I want to see what else is going on with this because this doesn't sound right. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. It just... When is stuff like this is going to stop? Why does this keep happening? Okay, so I pulled up another article, and it says here that the man who died in Collin County Jail was having a mental health crisis, the attorney says. Okay. That's what's being said in another article. Marvin Davis Scott III was arrested on marijuana charges hours before he died. The family attorney Lee Merritt said, and they say he was having a mental health crisis. So, okay, let me see here. Sorry about that. It says here that they are investigating this issue, the situation. It is being investigated. The prominent civil rights attorney described Scott's arrest as inappropriate. Merritt has responded the families of Botham Jean and Jordan Edwards among the Texas victim of alleged police brutality. Merritt told NBC5 that Scott was diagnosed with schizophrenia and was suffering from a mental health crisis at the time of his arrest. Merritt said Scott, who is black, was taking medications and had experienced an episode related to his mental illness for at least a year. In previous encounters with law enforcement, he was taken to facilities to receive treatment instead of being incarcerated. Okay. Merritt told NBC5 that there is a video related to Scott's death, but has not identified the source with the Dallas Morning News. There was ample time to evaluate him to understand this was someone in crisis who needed help, and they chose not to provide help. They chose to use force instead, and as a result, a valuable member of this family is gone, Merritt told the news station. Scott's older sister told NBC5 that his family was informed of his death via text nearly 14 hours after he died. So you mean to tell me after he died, no one could pick up the phone and call, but they sent a text message? That's very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. Merritt's office, the Dallas Morning News, he will provide further comment Thursday. The sheriff's office has not responded to a request for comment, but previously said in a statement that it will not provide further information until the Texas Rangers complete their investigation. Additionally, a public records request for a copy of Scott's arrest affidavit has not been fulfilled. So, like I said, you get more from different articles when you go in to read them. So I am going to dig in this into a little bit more to find out what is going on. It's good to know that the Texas Rangers are still investigating this. But like I said, even if he had a episode, happening, police should be trained on how to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just ridiculous. It's just really ridiculous. And my heart goes out to the family. Condolences to them. But, right now, a lot of things are happening. And the tension is high. And now this is something else added onto the list to make the tension even more higher of what's going on right now. Okay? So I'm just tired of this kind of stuff happening. I'm just tired of this situation. I guess he got into trouble before and they took him to a hospital and the hospital did what they had to do and then released him. And he's on medication and he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. I see people out in the street who have some type of mental health illness in New York City and they are just, they're acting erratic. But that's not a reason for them to die. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just a shame. It's just really a shame that this young man who's 26 years old is not here anymore. It's just really sad. And 8 officers do not have their job because of this. Like I said, something else went on that they're not speaking of, that they're not talking about. So I will be looking into this. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this for now. I'll probably come back later with some with some more news or stuff that I got in my book to talk about. All right, so you guys have a great Friday and I will see you later.